I am back with Geoff. We are at our lovely camp over in the ash heap. It is a brand new day, and it is a brand new season. We have officially... Well, I don't want to mess with that. We've officially rolled over into Season 3 of Fallout 76 Seasons. And I haven't opened this yet, so this is all new to me. Version communique from the Guild of Antiquities. Set your Chronotron for the 5th century in order to seek out Cynic, known in history as the Scribe of Avalon. It has helped to catalog the mysteries of the Round Table's remarkably unique technology. Keep an eye out for Alistair, local barbarian population. Neat. Okay. Okay. Well, all of that is like the theming for the board game. What mysteries await? Yeah, it's another astoundingly awesome tales thing. The valorous Alistair and the Sword of Avalon, the elusive Scribe Sinnock, barbarian hordes. Yeah, anyway, we have a bunch of rewards, like the Turbo Fertilizer Grenade, which is something that you can learn to make that from the settlers. Huh. That's weird that that's a reward. Perfect bubblegum. Okay, that's neat. Antique speed bag. We also get a bonus because we are Fallout First members. Ding. Clean office cabinet, that's nice. It's a neat little camp decoration. And lunch boxes. Geoff doesn't have lunch boxes. Cool. So, once again, we are back to that score grind. And if we make it all the way, we can... That is a neat jetpack. That is a very neat jetpack. Oh, that's a cool vault door. It looks really dorky on a regular wooden wall, but you know. Alright, that's cool. So yeah, we are back to actually caring about challenges again. There are a lot of them. And I've been working on them a bit with other characters, as evidenced by the fact that I was already level 7, or rank 7, yeah. But today, now that it's Season 3, I've decided it's finally time to break the seal on the Brotherhood content that arrived with Steel Dawn when it arrived 2 weeks early because somebody fat-fingered the release button and pushed it out to Xbox players. Which is sad, but whatever. What do we got?
People of Appalachia, this is Paladin Romani of the Brotherhood of Steel, broadcasting from Fort Atlas.
It's very quiet.
You are no longer facing the wasteland alone.
You are no longer facing the wasteland alone?
Our mission is to help you lead a better, safer life, free from the dangers left behind in the wake of the Great War. If you require aid, or if you wish to join us in our mission, find us at Fort Atlas. A new dawn is here for Appalachia. Join us in building the future. Romani out.
Oh, wow. Okay. Bunch of stuff just loaded in there is what it looked like to me.
People of Appalachia.
Okay, we're done with that. Go to Fort Atlas. That's fine. Yeah, I've got weirdly low resolution... I've got a low resolution left arm right now. That's weird. Alright, but so we need to go to Fort Atlas. Somebody nuked Monongah Mine to do the Colossal Problem event, and they just wanted to clip the edge of it, and also to take the train station down for reasons I will not understand. Ugh. Alright, well. We're not gonna jump straight to the Atlas station. I don't want to call it Fort Atlas yet because I don't really like the Brotherhood in most of their incarnations. Sometimes they're fine, but usually they are dicks. Like in Fallout 1, they're pretty okay. They're kind of standoffish, but they're pretty okay. They uncovered the horrifying atrocities that the US government committed in developing and testing the forced evolutionary virus, which created super mutants and did a bunch of other terrible shit, like it created snallygasters in Appalachia. That nuke is very close by. But yeah, that is the event that kickstarted the founding of the Brotherhood, really. It really feels like I'm about to walk into the nuke. Is this just a rad storm next to the nuke? I think it might be. Am I running Lone Wanderer? I'm not. I should be. Those things aren't going to do me any good. Actually, let's put those back on. We don't need inspirational because we're not in a team. So Fallout 1, they're fine. Fallout 2, I don't have much of an opinion of them. Fallout 3, they're generally good. Oh yeah, we're just in a rad storm that's next to a nuke zone. Oh, that's neat. Hi? What? Really? Okay. Alright. I'm not even there yet. But okay. Oh, wait. Right, there's no direct access from the train. Alright. There's a nuke. There's a nuke. Really? Where's it gone? It's another colossal problem nuke. Well, that's cool.
Attention, citizens.
Yeah.
Nuclear strike imminent.
See, here's the thing.
Please
We
exit
should
the area
honestly
at your
go do
earliest
that.
convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
I see no reason for Geoff not to go do that. But we can at least show up here and poke around. Maybe get a nice photo of Geoff here in this rad storm. Yeah. Alright, that works. We'll just turn the depth of field off for this. There we go. That's not bad. Yeah. So this is Fort Atlas. Previously the Atlas Observatory. And there's gonna be some jerks in there. But that's fine. They've got the robots put back to work. Like, we met the guy who was gathering the supplies. We actually still have a couple of those left. Sure, let's open these. Probably get some booze, some chems, some... Yeah, nothing particularly interesting there. Oh, plan for a raid or Rusty Knuckles. We already know that, don't we? We already know that. Ugh. Oh, yeah. I've been doing some ops and just general screwing around with Geoff in between. Okay, I'm back. I decided not to show any of that just because it was rushed, and I'd prefer to give a proper explanation for the event, A Colossal Problem, and that would probably involve launching my own nuke and doing it myself and talking to the quest people beforehand. Anyway, we're here back at Fort Atlas. Ugh. The Brotherhood can be real jerks, but the good news really is that they haven't had time yet in the timeline to do like the full heel turn that they do in Fallout 4. Okay. Yeah, here's the guy from before.
Welcome to Fort Atlas.
Hi.
Hey, good to see you again. Welcome to Fort Atlas.
Yeah, how's that going for you? I guess they finally showed up.
They sure did. Trailing a bunch of recruits and new initiates they picked up along the way. Quite the sight to see, no lie. I was really glad I had something to show them when they got here.
Well, sure. I guess it worked.
I caught a little flack for using the logo when they arrived, but they were pretty impressed. So much
For the
work
logo?
was already done.
Oh,
Paladin
no.
asked me on the spot if I wanted to make it official as an initiate. I'm not too proud to say I got so excited I barely could say yes.
Oh, alright. Who's in charge?
Looking to sign up? Or just curious? Well, either way, I guess it's not me you want to talk to.
Yeah,
Most
not really.
of the fort's off limits to civilians, but if you're interested, Knight Shin's in charge of the new recruits. He's very serious about protocol and security, so you'll have to speak to him first if you want to get anywhere.
Oh, I'm already gonna hate him.
Those crater types are tough and nicer than you'd think, but They can't see past their own profit.
Hey, I resemble that remark, Russell.
Scientist soldier. I like the sound of that. I'm gonna join up and take on the Wasteland.
Buddy, you know you don't have to join up for that.
Country just to get here has earned my
Well, yeah, so I ran a colossal problem there. It was hectic. There were people who were doing a lot more damage than me, which was very helpful. And yeah, we got some kind of meh rewards, honestly. Anyway, yeah, this place looks a whole lot different. It's got laser grids, it's got... Wow, okay.
I have real duties to attend to. The outer perimeter is still unsecured, the provisions aren't properly stowed, and we're awash in hopefuls. I have no time to be babysitting civilians.
Oh, you
Your duties
suck,
are what
don't
I
you?
say they are, Knight.
Ooh.
Your objections are noted, but this is a direct order from your commanding officer. Help us put on a good face for the local people. We've just moved into their backyard. They're nervous. Show them we mean no harm.
Okay, I like her.
If you insist, Paladin. If there's nothing further, I'll have the completed report
But you
on
suck.
your desk shortly.
I expect nothing less from you. As you were, Shin.
Paladin,
Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, well, I guess we're not talking to
The
them.
old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Trigger discipline. What's your deal?
Not now. Not until these Brotherhood jerks listen to me.
Okay, alright,
I need to
that's
remind
fair.
Scribe Valdez to retune my power armor.
I really don't like you already, buddy.
I have my eye on you.
Oh,
Do
fuck
not
you.
attempt to access the secure parts of this facility.
Oh my
civilian.
god.
We are watching you.
I hate you already.
We have to
If you're here with a request for the Brotherhood, get in line. I don't have time for you right now.
Wow. Wow. We have not been introduced, douche.
Knight Daniel Shin, Brotherhood of Steel, 1st Expeditionary Force. We've got important work to do here, so get to the point.
Russell sent me to talk to you.
Did he? Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance,
Oh my god.
not acting as my secretary.
Oh. Do you ever unclench?
I am not known by my initiates for tolerating foolishness, outsider. Persist in that tone, and you will learn how much less I tolerate it from civilians.
Dorsey thought I might be able to help.
Initiate Dorsey is too trusting, but I can't fault his commitment. Perhaps he sees something in you worth our interest. Are you another aspirant to our order?
Oh boy. I like these options. Alright, Geoff, put on your face. I could think of no greater honor than to join your noble brotherhood.
If you mean that, then you are right. But if that's sarcasm, I recommend you stow it. Immediately.
No, it wouldn't be sarcasm.
Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing. There's something you could do for me that would help the Order and demonstrate your qualities as a candidate.
Cool.
We've had a number of civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are afraid, or want something, or are looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty.
Yeah, no shit.
There's too much left to do to secure this facility.
Oh, I
if
hate
you're really
you.
interested in helping, save my time. Interview the petitioners. Find out what they want.
Oh.
and report back to me.
Wow. Is there another member of the Brotherhood I could... No. I got that. I don't care what's in it for me. What's in it for me is you stop talking.
Do this right. Don't make me regret giving you the opportunity. Conduct yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate.
I can think of no greater honor
This is a security office.
than to
not
join
a social club.
your noble brotherhood.
Finish. Get back to work.
Fort Atlas is in good hands.
You asshole. Okay, yeah, I do want this to be the picture.
The settlers want to rebuild, but they're only looking to the future. We need to understand the past as well, or we're gonna make
Yeah.
the same mistakes moving forward.
You suck.
Things would be different
Alright, petitioners. Hey, buddy.
You better have something useful to say to me.
Look. Alright. Please don't take this out on me, but Shin wanted me to talk to you. Let's just start with that. Let's start with the direct approach.
Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish? All right. Keep it cool, Sean. So, what's he got to say to me?
I like you, Sean. Just tell me what your problem is.
The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now, I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, oh, I get it. I came here to give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe I go to Crater and start doing things their way. At least they don't pretend to be the good guys.
Oh, I like you. Sean, I like you. I want to know more, but I promise I'm going to tell him everything about this. Can I ask you a couple more questions?
All right. What else did you want?
So what's... Okay. Tell me more about you.
I'm a scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools, so I do all right for myself, scrapping and fixing things. I trade what I find or fix with the folks at Foundation when I need something I can't get otherwise. Mostly, I like to be left alone.
All right, that's fair. And you sure these were Brotherhood folks?
Don't blow me off like I'm making this up.
Okay.
These people have a responsibility to fix this.
Okay, you're right. They're pretty...
Armor, and they
yeah.
said they were Brotherhood. Sorry I didn't make sure to ask proof when they had me at gunpoint.
Alright, that was fucking rude of me. Alright, we're good.
Then tell them, and get them to do something about it.
I will. Jesus. Y'all are... Okay, so...
Let us take care of things here.
Early signs point to them being the asshole version of the Brotherhood. Dr. Blackburn, who are you?
Yes. Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers.
Look, don't let the fruit hat fool you, but I'm here for that. I was gonna speak to Shin for you, but if you're gonna be a dick...
Perhaps I spoke too hastily. I can be rather unthinkingly brusque. Dr. Edgar Blackburn, at your service. Are you working with this Knight Shin? What has he said to you?
Okay, tell me more about you here.
I am sure you have more interesting things to do than listen to a poorly socialized wasteland doctor talk about himself. In short, I trained in multiple specialties before the war, and had a brief career as a research scientist prior to the bombs dropping. Finding myself fortunate enough to survive, I have continued my research, such as it is. Now I focus on the health of the people of Appalachia. Please do not ask me to examine any strange growths. I am not that kind of doctor.
Yeah, that's fair. Cool. Alright, what do you want from the Brotherhood?
I had heard that the Brotherhood possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh my own.
I think you're probably right. That same person is launching another nuke, and I think it's another nuke for a colossal problem. Alright, I'll pass that along.
Thank you. Be well.
You're creepy. I don't know that I like you.
Concrete, places like a tomb.
Okay, where's that? Oh yeah, it's another one. Alright, we're not gonna do that one. One is enough for one night. Fucking hell. Alright, you.
Well, now look at you.
Look at me what?
You with these Steel brother fellas? I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them.
Sort of. Shin wanted me to talk to you.
Well, it's about time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on him. Name's Artnap. So, what's this knight fella sent you for?
You tell me, buddy. Who the hell are you?
Ain't much to tell. Been a farmer one way or another, all my life. My daddy before me, and so on. Set up in these parts after I heard it was safe again. Turned out, there's plenty of raiders fixing to take what ain't nailed down.
Alright.
Much use bellyaching about it, but neither am I just gonna roll over and let some bullies take what's mine.
Okay. That's fair. Alright, wait, you're here, but what about your farm?
Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon it'll get by till I'm back.
That's fair. Yeah, you just got mole rats to worry about then, and, you know.
A
Alright, what do you want?
trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like that don't make 'em raiders too. Well, I ain't got much, and I already got to worry about raiders. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much, but I got some extra, and I expect they'll have a use for it. In return, I want these steel boys and girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot of noise they was on our side. So, seems fair.
Alright. Alright. I will bring them your offer, Art. You take care.
Fair enough. Can't expect more than that. Thank you. You take care too.
Alright, cool. That other nuke just touched down. Dr. Blackburn is going to town on some invisible noodles. Colossal Problem is kicking off again, and we are not going to join it. Instead, we're going to talk to
Did you wish to
Tally Lang.
Roach dragged in. Hey, yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You know, about the guns.
the efficiency of
You don't look like one of these Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lang. What's your deal?
Okay, who are you?
I just told you, dummy. Tally Lang. Just another chick trying to make it in the wasteland. You know?
I like your outfit. Alright, Shin sent me to speak to you.
Shin? He the scary guy with the stick up his butt?
Yes.
Alright, shoot.
Okay, so... Okay, come on, Tally. I could tell that you're from Crater. I've seen you at Crater.
Hey, Ixnay on the Ader Crate! You trying to blow this for me? Listen, my gang could really use those guns, so don't screw this up for me.
Alright.
If anybody asks, just pretend like you bought the act, okay?
Alright. That's cool. So guns is what you're after, Tally.
Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns. Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there.
Okay. Alright. I can't promise anything, but I will talk to Shin about that. I should go.
Hey, I get it. Promises backfire all the time. Well, go get him, Tiger.
Alright.
What is it now?
No, it's nothing, Doctor. Jesus.
Got to be
Okay.
back to the farm soon.
So we have spoken to all of them, and I guess now we get to talk to Shin. Again. Who we hate. Ugh. I should take this battery.
I'm not a receptionist, civilian. I have actual work to do.
The work that I just did for you? Fuck you!
Each day in service. Have you finished the task I gave you?
Yes. I'm ready to report.
Good. Let's get this done. I
Okay.
have the list from their arrival. Give me the high-level overview.
Okay, so... You couldn't even be bothered here. Sean Hockman was robbed by the Brotherhood.
Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us.
Don't you want to find the people who did it?
There are countless brigands out there, civilian. It is not the job of the Brotherhood to hunt them down one by one for their crimes.
They're impersonating you.
It bothers me to hear that someone is abusing the honor of the Brotherhood this way.
Oh my god.
But that does not change the facts. Mr. Hockman's problems are his own, not ours. Give me your next report.
So you don't oh. Tyler Lang wants to buy guns from you.
No. We are not arms dealers.
That's fair.
Keep that armor in good shape.
She and her friends could really use it, though.
Listen to me. The Brotherhood is not in the business of arming civilians. End of discussion.
You're just gonna say no to all of
Moving
these. Oh, fuck you.
The settlers can build, but they're only
Artnap wants to set up a deal, trade some crops for protection.
We are not mercenaries here to serve as guards
Oh
for anyone
my
with
god.
goods to trade in payment.
It sounds like a fair deal, though.
That's irrelevant.
Oh my god.
Brotherhood cannot simply be hired out to every farmer and homesteader. We have our own concerns.
Oh, I should just get the overseer in here to fucking slap
next?
you in the face. Why do you care? You can't even. You're not even talking to these people.
I am second in command of this entire operation. That I have other things requiring my attention does not mean a task is not required. Paladin Romani wants these people to be heard, and you agreed that you would assist me in this. Do not make me regret the trust I've shown.
This is not. Dr. Blackburn was looking for supplies. You're gonna tell me no.
The Brotherhood is not a charity.
Oh
And
my
our mission
god.
does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests, unless the doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing.
I don't think he's gonna do that.
We have to cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America.
Alright. But it could be good for everybody if you help him.
Our job is to procure and protect technology, not fund civilian scientists in developing it. If the doctor's research proves dangerous,
Oh
then the
my
Brotherhood will
god.
take a very pointed interest. Until then, it is his problem.
So this
That
was
finishes your
productive.
reports. Against my initial judgment, you have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood. You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin Romani. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your
We're all
enlistment
links in the chain.
and grant you permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper. Go to our scribe Valdez. You will need her support as well if you want Paladin Romani's attention.
Wow. Okay. You're really not gonna help any of them.
What I am going to do is make the recommendations I see fit in my report to Paladin Romani. As the commanding officer, the final decisions will be hers. And your concern in the matter ends here.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go.
Be vigilant, outsider. I gave you
Fuck you.
Get to it.
Alright. Let me in.
Stay on your toes. The wasteland is merciless.
Fuck you. Fuck all of you.
Fights and more time here. Where Appalachia's future will be decided.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So, they've spruced this place up a lot, clearly. Ugh. Okay. I want to talk to the paladin in charge, to be perfectly honest, but I don't think that's going to happen right away. I don't want to deal with Shin ever again. I immediately want this questline and future content to pay off in me getting to yeet him off the top of the observatory. Because, wow, we just spent so long in this fucking game learning to work together and help each other against the threats of the wasteland. And the Brotherhood is back here to just jam a stick up everyone's ass again and tell them no, don't feel like it today, sorry. Oh, God, they're not here to help. They're a hostile occupying military force. Fuck.
One day I'll make night. Then I'll show those raiders who's
I hate the Brotherhood.
Here to... Hello, civilian. I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly are you doing up here?
Don't let the fruit hat fool you. Shin sent me. His Shin said you might need help.
Oh, prospective initiate. The Night Shin sent you. And I guess we're both in luck. Paladin Romani makes the call on new recruits, but the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission. If you're
I gotcha.
I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way. How about it?
Oh, thank God. I can work with that. I can, what's the mission?
Our new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going alone, so I'd like some backup.
Oh yeah, I can totally be the bait.
Glad we can come to an agreement. Any questions before we start?
Just point me at it and try not to walk in front of the gun. A lot of explosions. Let's go.
Great. Unfortunately, I need to finish up a few things here. Head downstairs and I'll meet you in a bit.
Okay, cool. I can work with that. All right.
Don't mind this clutter. Atlas is a work in progress.
You're fine. You're fine. If everyone here is like Night Shin, then I'm gonna drop a nuke on Fort Atlas the second I have the chance. But for now, let's go and take a look down in the bowels of Fort Atlas. Yeah, there's a picture of one of my characters doing a Vault 94 raid. Yeah. Some of my other characters are going to be a lot less charitable with this. Whew, man. I already feel like these folks do not need... They do not need to be given any more assistance than they're currently planning on taking from everyone. Oh, God. Hi.
Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war.
Oh. Reading is easy.
Yet you'd be amazed how many people refuse to do it. But enough about that. I'd like to get started. Let's head downstairs and see what we can turn up.
All right. I'm expecting there's going to be some danger. Hello? Bloodbug. Stand back. Please stand back. Scribe Valdez, please stand back. Where'd the... There was a cave cricket. Oh, you went back there. Come back. Come back, friend. Cool. Is that cave cricket still here? You know, y'all got bugs in your basement. Alright, I can't find a dead cave cricket. Oh, hi. There you are.
What we need. This must be Dr. Hammond, Atlas's lead scientist. We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of
I
the
have been
area.
down here
This
before on
tech down
another
here is
character.
his handiwork, and he couldn't give it up. Even after the war, I should make arrangements for a proper burial.
That'd be nice. Atlas decommission report. Ion focus. Compact ion focus left a vulnerable, strong feedback. Induction coil, something. Firmware updates. Special order CPU. Okay, well. Geoff is not the one to be actually processing what any of this means, clearly. Atlas decommissioned. So, okay, so this place got decommissioned before. Dr. Hammond was dismissed. Project shows stability issues, coolant intake pumps, release valves, okay. You're not gonna say anything about me killing all those bugs, are you? That's fair. I guess it isn't that impressive. I do this all the time. Single use of the Atlas device. Huge intake of coolant to keep it operational. Hasty construction, structural flaws.
I think this is good. Let's talk for a sec.
Okay. What we got?
That should be enough to start. Let me take a look.
Yeah, you go over it.
Atlas decommission report. So the project was in bad shape after all? I knew it sounded too good to be true. Fascinating.
I mean...
Wow. This is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it? I wasn't supposed to show you any of this.
Is this the part where you murder me down here? Okay. Alright. You might as well just tell me the rest at this point, right?
I guess you're right. There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front.
Well,
the military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood.
Okay, that's fair. You should have told me we were looting a military base. This is great. We have more on board now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Looting is absolutely not what we're doing here. Everything of worth that we remove from this substructure is going with me, up to my lab to be cataloged and analyzed. Now, let's follow up on some leads from this report. I'd like to do a quick inspection of some key components that should be nearby. There's probably a terminal around here. If it's still running, we can do a diagnostics test. That will tell us about some of the less accessible hardware. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin, see what happens. Finally, the lower core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we take a glance at that to get an idea of the electrical hookups?
Alright, sounds fair. Let's do it. Cool.
Should be a simple inspection. You can have point, but I'll be looking over your shoulder the whole way. Take note of the details and we'll discuss how it goes after.
Okay. Alright. Details. Yes, I am Geoff, details guy. I am good with details. What were we doing again? Ooh, a valve that sounds dangerous. Fucking hell. Alright. I guess I could have seen that coming. I haven't done any of this yet, so I actually didn't know that that was just going to explode on me. Okay, terminal? What do we got? Let's run the check.
Interesting.
Everything's bad. Got it. Check the wiring. Alright. I see nothing that could go wrong here. Oh, shredded. Critters. Yep. Wait, I heard a mole rat. Hello! Hello.
Glad that's over with.
Alright. Just be glad I dispensed with the explosives for this. Wait, oh god. We're not done. Where was the other one of you? Oh. Cool. Boom. There's a lot of mole rats. I love that I had the confetti mess ability. Oh. What the hell? Ooh, legendary mole rat. Oh, I'm taking poison damage. I'm taking a lot of poison damage! I'm dead. I'll be right back, Scribe Valdez. Right. I should have just gone with the explosives. Boop. 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 Where's the... That poison damage.
That does it for the inspection. Let's talk.
Okay, wow. Okay, cool. That's a cool pistol. Let me pick up the stuff that I dropped when I totally didn't die over here. Alright.
Alright, let's go over the inspection results. The diagnostics check revealed some issues.
Yeah,
Flux
everything's broken.
disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus?
It was misaligned, I think.
Misaligned. Problematic to say the least. Next, we have the release valve. That went. Well, what was your assessment?
Ouch. It did release the pressure, so I guess that's cool.
Not okay. Explosive decompression is not what we're looking for.
Alright, that's
Last
fair.
but not least, the wiring. The wires were...
Eaten by mole rats. Probably the ones we just killed.
Yep. I think the warm reception they gave us also points to that. Okay, well, sorry about the pop quiz. But in general, you're handling yourself well so far.
We're just gonna ignore the thing where I died over there. I wasn't expecting a
Nobody
test.
does, outside of a classroom. That's why I love to evaluate new prospects this way. If I'm going to recommend you to Paladin Romani, I need to know you're serious. Can you pay attention? Think on your feet?
I can
If
do
you
both of those
you
things.
earn my favor. If you can't, then, well, maybe I reconsider my recommendation.
Alright,
I'm worried
I can
about
work with
what
you.
Our inspection turned up. There are a few parts I'd like to extract and examine in my lab. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor, and the ion focus. They should be upstairs. There's a lot I can learn from examining them if we can pull them out and get them back to my lab in decent condition.
Oh.
I want to take some notes on the core up there, so I'm going to leave the parts removal to you.
Okay.
Each extraction will be a little different, but
Oh.
in general, you'll want to use a light touch. I want the components in good condition, so please be careful.
Ooh.
Any questions, or are you ready to get started?
Oh. I'm not great with a light touch, but okay. Let's just
I'm
go.
counting on you. Let's see what you can do.
Let's do this. Okay. We need to extract components. They're all up above. There's guns. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Miniaturized ion focus that's nestled in a bundle of tubes and wires, many of which are attached. Okay. As much as Geoff would just tear it out, it's probably a bad idea. Let's gently unhook the tubes. Cool. Cool. We didn't break it. Taking that microscope. Okay. The other stuff. Whoop. Up here now. Alright, something back here. Pressure gauge. Attached with rusted screws. Blast the screws off with your weapon, pull the gauge out. Yeah, we'll just unscrew it through the rust, that's fine. It's easy. Geoff is strong. Geoff found a steak in that cooler and he's gonna eat it. Take that coffee pot, that blood pack. Blood packs are useful for making stim packs. Okay. What do we got here? Atlas Central Processing Terminal. Oh, CPU management? Eject CPU, emergency eject CPU, power down and eject. That sounds... Okay, power status, operational, output efficiency is down, something, logs. Oh my. Power down first?
Oh, I thought of one more thing. Can you pick up the induction coil up there on the machine core?
Oh, that sounds dangerous. Alright, it looks like we haven't at least completely screwed this up yet. As tempting as it was to just, like, yeet stuff out of the machine. Okay. I'm surprised. Really? No questions about the fruit hat? Okay, well, that's fine. Let's get the coil. Alright. Induction coil with 2 thick wires, 1 red, 1 blue. Low hum and the sound of static surrounds the device. Wires crackle. It seems shocky, but less so. I just kind of both at the same time. It'll probably be fine. Ouch.
What's that?
It's fine. Alright. So you're gonna have to forgive me for the weird cut that I just did. But last time I was recording, kids started screaming, had to go deal with it. Anyway, I'm back. What's this? We should probably gently lift it. These 2 things seem like terrible ideas. Too terrible for Geoff, even.
That doesn't
Alright,
sound good.
we got it.
Please stand clear.
Oh.
This is now
And robots are happening.
zone.
Yes, previously, my son started screaming right about now. So, in the middle of robot fighting? Alright, Scribe Valdez, please avoid the explosions. This is important. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Oh, hi, there they at. Just gonna jump right over him. Get out of here. Okay. Where's the scribe at? Scribe's over there. Yeah, we're back at it again, you see. It's just been a complicated session to record, honestly. Ow!
We survived.
Okay, well, we survived so far. Let's not get cocky. Oh, you're legendary. Hey, hey, hey. Leave her alone. Ow. I can tell you're not used to this. Back up, that thing's gonna explode. Oh god. Ow. Scribe Valdez, did you back up? I told you to back up. Ow. Okay, where... Yeah, you're there.
Glad that's over with.
Holy crap. Okay. Are we cool? I got the glowy green tube.
Whew. Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Thanks for the backup. I doubt I could have handled that on my own. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected.
Yeah, big green glowy tube.
The pressure gauge looks like it's in good condition. The core processor is pristine. Good work on that.
Oh yeah, that's
the
fine.
ion focus looks usable. Impressive.
I'll take usable.
The induction coil seems fine. That's a relief. And what is this? This is... Is this ultrasight? Fascinating. This looks like some kind of compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this. Did this power the whole machine?
Seems possible. I mean, I've heard a lot about ultrasight. There's been a lot of terminals, a lot of dead people have said that it's got a lot of potential.
The fuel of the future. I'd heard the stories, but to think I could hold so much energy in my hands like this?
You might want to put that down, by the way.
Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here.
Cool.
I expected the machine to use a small reactor's worth of energy. They condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. Oh, I could do a lot with this. You were a big help. I'm sure you have what it takes to be an initiate. And soon.
Thank you.
Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani.
Sweet!
She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood.
We got a letter of rec. We got a letter of rec.
I'm going back upstairs to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse engineering it. Oh, I'm giving you access to my private terminal, too.
Oh,
It has
man.
all the logs we recovered from when we moved in.
Oh, that's cool.
After what we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look if you get some free time.
Damn straight I will.
Thanks again for your help. And good luck with the Paladin.
Okay. Cool. Oh, I've heard about this. I've seen this in people's vendors. That is a unique, legendary weapon. Unique to this quest. And it is a 2-shot explosive. Looks like a 44 pistol? It's a revolver of some sort. But that is... If Geoff had an ounce of pistol usage in his body, he would use this, cause 2-shot explosive? Oh, 2-shot explosive and action point cost. Oh my god, that's great. That's so good. Wait, does this door go back up? Oh my god. You're telling me that we could have we didn't have to go down that weird windy staircase? Oh, cause there's a door with a button. Alright, well. Oh! Back down here with where the petitioners were. They're not there anymore. That doesn't seem good.
Ad Victorium.
Did old stick up the ass just tell him to pound sand? Oh. Can I get in here? I can.
Fort Atlas is in good hands. Night Shin's trained us.
Oh my god,
well.
Night Shin trained all of you?
Find,
Oh.
protect, and preserve.
Hi! I'm the new guy.
Request. Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about. Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need?
Well, I think I'm here to join. Scribe Valdez thinks I should be a member. Russell outside thinks I should join. And I hope Valdez gets some stuff out of the thing downstairs and blew up some robots for you.
Well, between this and the report I have from Night Shin, we can discuss you becoming a member of our order.
Can we talk about Night
Consider
Shin?
it carefully. Do you wish to join our ranks?
Well... I don't know. You do seem like jerks. What would it mean if I did?
Membership in the Brotherhood is a commitment to honor, duty, and service. You would begin as an initiate in our ranks. With time and training, you may one day join the scrolls as a knight or scribe, depending on your aptitudes and choices. On a day-to-day basis, Knight Shin would be your direct superior here.
Oh.
Though any of the officers may requisition you for missions.
Really? I mean, they both recommended me? I know Valdez did. She gave me the letter, but Shin?
Both have given their approval to your initiate
That was
consideration.
approval.
Yes.
Shin's a... What did Shin say?
Knight Shin said that your attitude regarding the role of the Brotherhood in relation to the civilian community was questionable. Nonetheless, he felt your intentions were honorable, and suitable training would correct any deficiencies.
Oh my.
Which means he probably thought I'd like you. That remains to be seen.
Okay, okay. If you are less stick up the ass than Shin,
In short, she
what about
thinks you
Valdez?
are capable, helpful, and possessed of a higher than average technical aptitude. Useful qualities in an initiate candidate.
Alright. Alright, I mean, I did get this... I did slap this power armor together from basically a couple of old tin cans, but...
Yes?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
With the recommendations of Knight Shin and Scribe Valdez, I'm willing to consider you for membership.
There's one more thing,
But
isn't there?
First, I need to see how you handle yourself without direct supervision. In order to be effective in our operations here, we need to establish positive relations with the people of Appalachia. If we make them see us as a beneficial presence in the area, it will be much easier to secure cooperation in the future. We have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers in the southwest forest region, indicative of a nest of some kind.
Ghouls don't really
I want
nest,
to
you
clear it
know.
out.
but okay. If I do this, I'm in?
Complete this mission satisfactorily, and I will grant you initiate status within the Brotherhood. Yes.
Alright, cool, I can blow up some ghouls. Where they at?
We don't know. Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers, the Putnams, that we passed on the way into the region. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expected the older boy to follow us when we left. You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the old Lewis and Sons farming supply.
Oh, they're coming out of the graveyard, aren't they? Fine, I got this.
Very well. Do this, and you will be one of us, with all the rights and responsibilities of a full member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam.
Neat. Okay.
I'm sorry, but civilians should stay out of command areas.
Oh my god. Y'all and your rules. I don't... Ugh. All these people just talking about blowing up raiders. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Also, in between the earlier bit of this video and now, the Holiday Scorched event has begun, which means I really need to stop back at my camp and set up a Collectron. Because if you build a Santa Collectron, they will collect presents that you would normally get from Holiday Scorched. So, there's that. There's a cat that is really vying for my attention behind me right now. Now, I remember this place being full of Scorched the last time I checked it out. So, you know, maybe there's folks here now? But normally that barn there is full of Scorched. Cow, robot. Okay. Oh, it's got an interior now. Oh, that is a difference. This used to just be a barn. Oh, I hear a magazine. Ah, hi!
Whoa there. Mom, Dad!
Who do you think you are barging in here? George?
Hold it, stranger. No funny moves.
I am friendly. Please put that down.
So you say. But we'll see. Alright, George, lower the gun. But stay ready. Come on now, boys. Get on back to work. You. Let's talk.
Okay. Who? I hear a magazine very nearby. It probably won't do me any favors with them if I try to yoink a magazine from their house. Alright.
Now,
hi, Carol.
You need to be more careful just waltzing into people's homes. It's a good way to end up with more lead in you than's healthy.
I mean,
I'm Carol Putnam.
check the power armor.
This is my husband, George. Now, won't you tell us why you're barging in here, and maybe we can all be friendly when you're done.
Yeah, the little doing, doing, doing sound that you might hear in the right side of the audio right now, that is the directional audio telling me that there's a magazine somewhere in this room and it's going to drive me nuts. Alright, the Brotherhood of Steel sent me. There's ghoul attacks.
Those would be them military types in the heavy armor that came through here recently, right? I'm the one that told them about those attacks.
Those Brotherhood guys are so cool. Wait, are you recruiting? I want to sign up.
Their gear was pretty fascinating.
Settle down, boys. The adults is talking. So you want to know about them ghouls?
Yeah, sure. Where do you think they are? I can probably just blow them up. Yeah, where they come from.
Say for certain. We got a suspicion, though.
Graveyard.
Lot of sightings and attacks. Been from folks traveling the highway to Flatwoods. They come out of the hills, northwest of the old creamery.
You are so quiet, buddy.
The thing out that way is what's left of the Orwell orchards. Could be the source of the things. You gonna wipe them out when you find them?
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna clear it out entirely unless it's like, unless there's non-ferals.
Good to hear.
You'd be doing everybody in the area a favor. That's for sure.
Safe roads mean safer traders. Good for everyone. The Brotherhood would definitely be making friends if you pull this off.
Cool. All right. How many are there, you think?
Not sure. More than a few, less than an army. From what folks have said, if you're going in alone, even a few can swarm you before you realize what's happening. Be careful out there.
They'll be fine. All right, I'm out.
Just try not to startle us if you drop by again. George has a hair trigger with that shotgun.
Cool. All right. Pay no attention to what I'm doing here. There's just I've been hearing a noise and it's really bothering me.
Literally. And then I laughed a lot. And now, while the song plays,
A noise?
I will feel bad for laughing.
Hello? Oh, there it is. Guns and Bullets 8. Wedged in the floor. Okay. Alright. Bye. I'm expecting this to be really easy. Let's just blow up some ghouls. Geoff is good at blowing up ghouls. I mean, really, if it's just ghouls, that's nothing. Hey, maybe we'll even catch some of the holiday scorched on our way over. No, I'm not recruiting either of them. Why would I recruit them? They're kids. I don't want anybody mixed up in this shit more than they need to be. Oh, what was I thinking? The graveyard. Oh, the graveyard's up there. Okay. Well. Over the hill and through the woods. To Orwell Orchards we go. Oh yeah, Billings Homestead is right there. We could take over that workshop. One thing that folks like to do, or have liked to do in the past for the Christmas event.
Need some new clothes. I'm getting real muddy.
That's cool. Is take over a bunch of workshops and then take those collectrons that I mentioned. That fox was just like moonwalking down the hill. Take those collectrons and build one. You can only have one in your camp, but you can have one in each workshop you own. So you just take a bunch of workshops. Hello? You take a bunch of workshops and then you put one in each of them. Who are you?
Sonny makes a good hoagie.
Cool. Alright. It's definitely something happening. Alright. This is Camp Lewis, the Pioneer Scout camp. Oh, it's full of feral dogs. Okay, moving right along. I don't really want to deal with that. Are they still coming after me? Oh, they are. Okay. Woo! Alright, we want to go pretty much northeast from here. Go away, wild dogs. Boing. Huh. That seems like it'd be a nice place to put a camp. There's a lot of places in the forest that are just like nice places to slap down a camp, but not necessarily interesting ones. I thought I heard something robotic, metallic to the side, but I think it might have been me. Anyway, Orwell Orchards should be right up on top of this hill. And the last time I was up there, all that I saw was, at least before Steel Dawn came out, all that was up there was some Mr. Farmhand robots, that just modified Mr. Handies. They were just still farting around, and I think they were hostile. They were probably hostile because most things are, but yep, up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. Who are you? Who the heck are you? You're a person. Hello? Oh, you're a raider. That's fair. Alright, hey buddy. I'll see you at Crater, I'm sure. So yeah, this is the Cowspot's Creamery. Gets used in one of the daily quests, I think. Yeah, not I think, I know it does. It gets used in the environmental monitoring daily. What's it called again? I haven't done it in so long. I don't have it. Alright, well. Anyway, robots. Yeah, here's one of those robots I was talking about. Boom. Boom. There's ghouls over there. Oh, well there's ghouls on the bridge. Maybe the nest is on the bridge. I briefly vatsed a Mr. Farmhand. Okay, well we're here. But this definitely looks like robots. That's a corpse. That's a corpse. A lot of corpses. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Vats with a harpoon gun. Very fun. If I can... I know I can't get one this good on my main character, but I would be so tempted to just run around as my sniper doing this. Hello. I heard another one that sounded like it was very nearby, but... Wait, enter the bunker? There's a bunker here? Probably wasn't a bunker here until Steel Dawn came out, but... What? I had no idea there was a bunker under this place. So, you know, it's probably new. Frick, that's where you were. Yeah, I love that. Fire 2 harpoons, get 5 back. Alright, well... Let's see, let's get the old Gatling gun out. It's the Orwell bomb shelter. Has this just... There's no way that... It's entirely possible this has been here and I never noticed. There's a lot of dots on my compass. Okay. We'll have for grenades. Freezer grenades will be useful. Oh, man. Wow, they got a nice bunker down here. Certainly a step up from Free State's. Ain't no vault tech, but, you know. Few things are. Hello! Friendship! Hello, deadly level 100 glowing one. I'm gonna break all your limbs, and gonna make it very difficult for you to come get me. Oh, well. That's a snag in the plan for sure. No, 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 no. You just sit down. Oh, cool. Kill a glowing creature. Okay. Well, that was all a very lovely start. Oh, and you all dropped some loot. How neighborly of you. That's static from a radio. I thought it was the noise of one of my directional audio perks kicking in again. Well, I very quickly made a mess of this place. Yeah, okay. Oh, frick. Everybody chill. Oh, you too. That rad roach is super dead already. That's what I like to see. Yeah, really, y'all got a nice bunker down here. Is that it? Is that really it? I mean, don't get me wrong. Cool. secret door with a rad roach in there. Okay, can't shoot through that. That fridge does not look okay. I really need to just make a power armor helmet for Geoff for when he needs one. Because it'd be very useful down here. Just to have a headlamp, but oh well. So that was super easy. I guess back to Fort Atlas we go. Yeah, and I'm actually on a private server right now, mostly because I didn't want to be distracted by anything. I wanted to finish what I was doing and actually finish the intro to the Brotherhood, because I didn't want to get interrupted by another nuke. There were like 8 nukes dropped on the last time I was trying to, yeah. And by 8, I mean there were 2, but, you know, more nukes than I needed.
Any news to share?
No, shut up, Russell. I'm not gonna say I like any of these folks, because I really don't. Well, we're back. Back at this place. Oh my god. Oh, I hate them. Hey, Paladin Romani. I did the thing. I killed the ghouls.
Night Shin runs the armory down.
I-
Welcome back. Have you completed your assigned mission, candidate?
They're super dead. Yep, wiped them out.
Good work. One less pocket of monsters in the area. A clear sign to the locals that we're on their side. You've risen to the challenges set before you, and proven your worth to myself, Night Shin, and Scribe Valdez. I hereby confer on you the status of probationary initiate in the Brotherhood of Steel.
Woo!
Sorry, but we'll have to put the official initiation right on hold. Something's come up, and we need to deal with it right away.
I am
If you've got
shocked.
Anything else you need to take care of, make it quick. Report to me again when you're ready.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's a lot of caps. That's nice. Oh, man. Yeah, they're never gonna get this thing running again.
A perfectly preserved pie with every dinner declined. And this ration request doesn't even have a name.
Oh, God. If I have to hear Night Shin speak... Help the retreat for Paladin Romani. Huh. Anyway, I think I am going to take a break here, because this is already going to be a complicated video for me to stitch together, but I guess next time we'll figure out what Romani needs us to do now that we're an initiate in the Brotherhood of Steel. Of all my characters, Geoff is the least cut out for this. God damn. Alright, well, until then, signing off from inside Fort Atlas. Bleh. See ya.